Hey guys, welcome back for a video. Today I'm going to be listing the best and worst trades I've ever done in MM2. So basically I've done some really good trades and I've also done some really bad trades, just because like the values change. So maybe an old, like something that could have been a win for me like a year ago, could be a huge loss for me now. So yeah, also by the way, to clear things up, I do use MM2 values, so let's begin. By the way, I will be not counting trades that I just forgot how I got them, because there's probably a lot of things that I do have that I forgot about. Like, I have both the vampire set and the ghost gun from 2018, which are rare now, but I just don't remember how I got them, so yeah, I'm not going to be counting those. Alright, so let's just start off with the best trade I've ever done. It was back in 2019. It was Eternal Cane for Phaser and Corrupt. At the time, it was I like, Eternal Cane hadn't had a value yet, and I just didn't know if I should do the trade or not. And well, it ended up being an amazing trade, because now a Corrupt is obviously like 400 series or something on the MM2 value list, and Phaser is not as good as it was, but it is still pretty good. And Eternal Cane is now 140. Back then, it was a horrible trade because Phaser was, I think, 90 and Corrupt was 95, and Eternal Cane was, I think, 450. But now, obviously, it's just such a good trade, and it's probably the best trade I've ever done. Alright, next up, I wouldn't say this is like an amazing trade, but I just want to put this in here because I really like the trade I did. So basically, I traded Cowboy and Battle Axe for Glitch, just because I thought Glitch was cool, and I don't really like Cowboy and Battle Axe, and they're not really worth anything. So yeah, I traded that for Glitch. I think this was back in May 2020 or April 2020, I'm not sure, and I got Glitch. And I just kind of didn't want Glitch anymore because nobody really cared about Glitch. It was kind of just white. It was just kind of a cool thing to have in your inventory. And basically, I traded it for Kane, which was one of the best trades I ever done, because then I traded Kane for Ginger, which is one of my favorite knives in the entire game. And Kane is, I think, 10 more series than Ginger, but Ginger is still 105 series or 115 series, I forget. And, well, Glitch, nobody really cares about Glitch, and yeah, it was a very good trade. Another very good trade for me is back in April 2020. I actually traded Ice Shard for Ornament. Back then, Ice Shard was 15, I think, and Ornament was also 15, so it was a fair trade. And now Ornament is 65, and I think Ice Shard is like 20 or 25 or something, and it was a huge win for me. So yeah, definitely one of the best trades I've ever done. Alright, so now let's get into the trades that I did were really bad. These trades I regret so much, and I wish I never did them. So yeah, let's list those right now. Alright, so this was back in May 2020, and basically, I had cotton candy, and I traded it for Pixel, and basically, back at the time, Pixel, I think, was 150, cotton candy was like 25, so it was a huge win for me, but obviously now cotton candy is 155, and Pixel is only 110. Obviously, this isn't like the worst loss I've ever done, just because I feel like Pixel is still pretty good, but cotton candy is really rare now. It's a really good collectible, it looks amazing, and I can't believe I traded. I just regret it so much. I traded so many of these collectibles when they weren't rare, and I just regret it so much. Or the next trade I did was the most recent trade on this list. I think it was December 2020 or January 2021, I'm not sure. But basically, I traded School for Flames and Cookie Blade. School, I think, was like 25 at the time. It still wasn't 140 yet. And basically, I traded it for Flames and Cookie Blade, which was a huge win for me. But obviously, just a few months later, it changed. School changed to 140, and I just regret this so much because School is such a cool knife, and I just can't believe I traded it. Alright, now we're going to get into the two worst trades I've ever done. These trades were absolutely horrible. Back then, they were actually really good trades, and now they're just horrible trades. So basically, the first one was back in April 2020. It's actually one of the first videos on my channel. I traded Corrupt and Pixel for Chroma Gemstone. At the time, Corrupt was one of the most hated weapons in MM2. Nobody wanted it. It was one demand, one rarity, and 95 series. It was just a horrible knife. And I also traded Pixel for Chroma Gemstone, and it was a huge win for me. Chromas were still super, like, expensive and rare at the time. Chroma Gemstone was one of the least most expensive chromas. It was still 3,200 series, so I was giving around 200-something series for 3,200 series, and it was a huge win for me, and it was such a big win for me until around like 6 months later when Chroma just started dropping, and I was like, oh, this is not good. And then in January 2021, Corrupt started to rise, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. And then after like a few months, Corrupt just started rising so much, and now Corrupt is just so much more rare, and I just can't believe I did this. Chroma Gemstone sucks now, and I just can't believe I did that. Okay, now we're getting to the worst trade I've ever done, and I just hate that I did this trade. It wasn't even that long ago. It was October 2020. I just can't believe I did this trade. It's a video on my channel. So basically, I traded Sugar, Eternal, and Elderwood Scythe for Chroma Heat. Chroma Heat was still a pretty good Chroma. Chromas were just right. They were like maybe like a few weeks away from just dropping so much, and I did the trade, and like a few weeks later, Chroma Heat on all the Chromas just dropped, and I was so annoyed. I can't believe I did this trade. It was definitely the worst trade I've ever done. Luckily, I just did get Elderwood Scythe back in a trade you probably saw in the beginning of this video. I traded Chill, Prismatic, and Goo for it. And Prismatic, I don't really care that I traded. I have another one, just Prismatic's not really the big of a deal. I have 2 Chills, so if Chill for some reason went like super high again in value, I wouldn't really care because obviously I have 2 Chills. But Goo, if Goo becomes super rare, I'm going to be so mad. I feel like that's something that could happen. But yeah, I think that'll be for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll troll the outro. Peace.